April 19th, 2024. Swifties have the date memorized. After months and months of teasing fans with a new album release, Taylor announced that her 11th studio album, The Tortured Poets Department, is finally ready for release.
Which is that my brand new album comes out April 19th. It's called The Tortured Poets Department.
Excited doesn't even begin to cover what Taylor Swift fans all around the world were feeling when the pop star revealed the album's release date after the 2024 Grammys. She's been dropping teasers and trailers for what's to come on social media, and it's times like these that Swifties wished they could get more details from the famously cryptic pop star. Travis Kelce, ladies and gentlemen, is living the dream. He's not just a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and he's not just dating Taylor Swift, but this guy gets to sit front row at the studio while Taylor records tracks for her latest album. Now, it wouldn't be a Taylor Swift album if it didn't come with loads and loads of subtext. The name itself is a reference to someone we once knew, her ex, Joe Alwyn. So, Travis has had a sneak peek of what's coming, and obviously he gets the reference, but how does he feel about all of it? Okay, wait, let's back up for the people who don't get the reference here. Taylor's released 10 albums so far, and besides the fact that they topped the charts, there was another thing in common. They were no more than a single word. For those of you who love specifics, fine. Taylor's version would make some of her releases 3 words, but that's the max. Now, all of a sudden, she's gone all in with a substantially long name for an album. Is she the tortured poet? But according to Taylor, there's a whole department of like-minded tortured poets. Who else is in the club? Immediately, everyone started thinking of Jack Antonoff, the guy who's responsible for Anti-Hero, Look What You Made Me Do, and I Can See You. And those are just the ones off the top of our heads. Jack's been really active in the whole songwriting and producing process with Our Girl, so by association, fans thought he might be one of the other poets in the torture department.
Well-deserved, phenomenal producer.
Who else though? Selena Gomez, Gigi Hadid, Blake Lively? Actually, none of them. And no, Jack's not a part of this elusive club either. Here's a shocker. Fans believe Taylor's not a part of it too. So who are the tortured poets? Well, here's something that'll have you doing a spit take. It's Joe Alwyn and some of his closest friends. Let's rewind to 2022 when, during an interview with Variety, Joe Alwyn let it slip that he, Andrew Scott, Paul Mescal, and a couple of their friends were part of a text group called the Tortured Man Club.
What is the name of our WhatsApp group with Joe Alwyn?
Okay, we know this.
Yeah. Oh, do I write it down?
You wrote, this is the one you write down. Tortured Man Club.
Joe even joked about the fact that the group had been dormant for a few months since none of them were tortured anymore. Again, this was 2022 when all was swell between Taylor and Joe. 4 months later, wouldn't you know it, Taylor and Joe announced they'd split after 6 whole years together. This leads us to the second clue that it could be about her ex, the release date. Now, Taylor and Joe's breakup made headlines on April 8th, 2023. You'd think it'd be more symbolic to release the Tortured Poets Department on the anniversary of their split. That'd make things too obvious, and if there's one thing Taylor's known for, it's being as cryptic as possible. Instead, April 19th holds significance for another reason. It was the day all of Taylor's friends and her brother unfollowed Joe. It was the day that fans of the couple dreaded. So far, they thought that the news was just rumors and that Taylor and Joe would come out of the woodwork to tell us it was a drawn-out April Fool's joke. Yeah, it wasn't. And the fact that all of her friends and family split with Joe too confirmed it. So that's on the name and the release date. Fans are sure the album is about Joe. The only question is, why is she releasing an album about her ex? And how does Travis feel about it? We'll answer it one at a time. As for why Taylor's releasing an album dedicated to her breakup with Joe, it's simple. She wants everyone to know what went wrong, how she felt, and what's made her stronger since. 6 years is no joke, guys. She probably felt a whirlwind of emotions, and since Swifties have been with her since day one, she wants them to witness them with her on April 19th. And now let's talk about how her current boyfriend feels about the fact that she's dedicated an album to her ex-boyfriend. You have to know something about Travis Kelce first, though. The guy is insanely in love with Taylor Swift. At least that's what sources close to the couple have confirmed. Actually, even if they hadn't confirmed the news, isn't it obvious by the way he looks at her? She was the first person he searched for in the crowd when he won the Super Bowl for the 3rd time. He also kept looking up at the spectator box every chance he could to see how Taylor was reacting. If that doesn't scream insanely in love, we don't know what does. Another thing you need to know here is that Travis isn't afraid to show off Taylor. Joe was notorious for being private. In fact, they called him the most private actor on the planet. For 6 years, the most we got out of the two were leaked photos from Taylor's cell phone. Yeah, Joe didn't want anyone in his business. Of course, they were in his business, despite his best attempts, when news of their split broke on the internet. Travis, however, isn't one to keep secrets. You'll see him running toward Taylor at the end of her concerts, matching with her at ceremonies, and holding her hand as they walk about town. This man knows he has a catch, and he wants the world to see how happy she makes him. So what can we deduce here? Right, Travis isn't intimidated by the fact that Taylor's releasing an album about her breakup. Nope, not in the slightest. Guys, people break up all the time. Travis broke up with his long-term girlfriend, Kayla Nicole Brown, in 2022 after 5 years together.
Your girlfriend Kayla seems amazing. I heard that you Instagram stalked her and then she DM'd you.
That's exactly what happened.
Here's a bit of lore for all of you Swifties out there. He was also part of a dating show in 2016 and dated the winner, Maya Benberry, for a year. Yup, catching Kelce. You might want to watch an episode or two.
This off-season, I have moved out west for the first time to Los Angeles in hopes of finding that one special girl.
Anyway, it's not like Travis doesn't know how a relationship can break you when it ends. Taylor also made it clear that she'd been planning the release of her album since 2022. That's when rumors of the pair's split first hit the internet. So it's not like Taylor was on a date with Travis and writing down lyrics remembering her ex. The couple didn't even start dating until mid-2023. Regardless, his relationship with Taylor has given him an exclusive pass at listening to some of her unreleased tracks. Now, when reporters caught up to him after the Super Bowl and asked about Taylor's new releases, he said that her songs were unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a supportive man if we've ever seen one. He even told the press that he couldn't wait for April when Taylor shakes the world up.
She's unbelievable. She's rewriting the history books herself. I told her I'll have to hold up my end of the bargain and come home some hardware too.
Could this have been a reference to Taylor's chart-topping hit, Shake It Off? You know what? It wouldn't surprise us if it was. The man's a Swiftie in the truest sense, after all. Travis actually live-streamed the Grammys just in time to catch Taylor announcing the release of her 11th studio album. He told the reporters that he really tried to be there for her that night, but was caught up with training for the Super Bowl. Still, he wasn't going to miss at least watching it on his phone. The guy turned on to live stream the Grammys the second he could, and as fate would have it, it was right when Taylor made history for her 4th Album of the Year win for Midnights. Travis couldn't stop gushing over his girlfriend when he talked to the press. He said that Taylor's doing amazing work, changing the landscape of the music industry, and releasing one hit after another.
And Taylor has an unbelievable fan base that follows her and supports her throughout her life, and it's been fun to kind of gather the Swifties.
That, my friends, is the right way to support someone you're in love with. You make sure that the whole world knows just how in awe of your partner you are. Leave it to Kelce to have us rethink our relationships. Are you guys as excited for Taylor's album as we are? Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't seen Travis losing his mind over Kim Kardashian throwing shade at Taylor again, then this is the next video that you need to watch.